Ice on rivers and lakes tells us about winter and how winters are changing over time. Measuring ice and snow can be simple or complicated. We try to find somewhere in between. We take 3 measurements per location, whether it's a lake or a river. These are snow depth, ice thickness, and water depth. And we take measurements at 3 locations per site. Before heading out with students, think about the suitability of the site, go over the ice safety protocol, and check equipment in an ice observation kit. Before heading out with students, also explain and discuss student roles for field observations and check for proper clothing. The first thing we do before we actually go on the ice is look into our ice kit and actually make sure we have everything we think we're going to need. We have a shovel for clearing off the snow. We have our snow depth probe right here, so we got that check. 2 ice auger flights, and we have the auger blade right here, which is sharp, so we put this protective covering over it like that. This is the hand drill we're going to use to start with. We're also going to bring a drill as an alternative way to auger in. We have our ice thickness gauge right here. Perhaps most importantly, we have our ice notebook for recording the data, and a pencil. I think that's about all we're going to need, so we're going to load this onto the sled and walk out onto the ice. Remove snow from 3 undisturbed locations for measurement, spaced about 5 to 10 meters apart or 30 to 70 feet. Measure snow depth 3 times at each location. Select the middle or median value to record to the nearest centimeter. There will be less disturbance on the snow surface if snow depth measurements are taken before drilling. Alan has cleared off 3 spaces. He's moved the snow. First, I'm going to start off by taking snow depth measurements at each one of those sites. I'm going to take 3 measurements around the hole and select the middle value or the median value. 33, 30, and 30. So I'm going to say that the snow depth is 30 centimeters, that's the median. So I'll record those data, and then we're going to take an ice thickness measurement. Measure ice thickness and water depth at each location. This video will demonstrate the use of a hand auger and also a cordless drill. This one we're going to use the hand auger. I'm going to put on 2 flights. The second one has the cutting bit on it. I'm going to pop that one in there like this. Pull off the guard and put that back into the case. Now when the ice is thicker like this, it can be kind of a slow process, so we'll see how this goes. And then sometimes you want to pick this up and clear. The snow and ice chips will get kind of stuck on there, and that'll slow you down, so I'm going to pop that off. Now I'll get out the ice gauge. And the way this works is you slide this down through the hole like this, and then it'll fall down like this. And you can also use this to measure the depth of the water as well. And you pull it up against the hole, and you tug it a little bit more, it'll bend like that, and you'll be able to pull it up. Okay. The depth of the slough right here is 3.39 meters. And then I'm going to gently reel it in. And it looks like it's just a little bit less than 80 centimeters. So I'm going to call that 80 centimeters. And then I'm going to pop it and pull it up. The depth of slough is 3.39 meters. And so 80 centimeters of ice, 30 centimeters of snow over that ice. So now I'm going to show you how to do this using a regular cordless drill, and it has an adapter to hook it onto that same auger flight that I was using before. Now I'm going to stop. See how it's kind of getting a little bit full of ice, so you're going to have to pull that up every once in a while and clear that off. I should be able to finish it up pretty quickly now. Okay. Then I'm going to clear all the ice chips around from the hole. Again, I'm going to put the tape and the gauge down there, and it looks like the depth of the slough right there is about 2.89 meters. And then again, I'll gently reel that up. Okay, then it stops right there, and the ice thickness right here is 83 centimeters, so just a little bit thicker than the previous hole. Now I'm going to pop that, pull that up, and then I'm going to record this measurement. So we record the site number, snow depth, ice thickness, and the depth of the water body. After measurements are taken, return to shore by the same route. Back inside, open the ice and snow tool bag for the equipment to dry out for your next outing. Enter the data in the Fresh Eyes on Ice portal to view the results in a graph and upload any pictures that can be shared.
Hi, I'm Alan Bondurant with Fresh Eyes on Ice. So now that we've gone ahead and collected our ice thickness data from our local field site, what we want to do is actually get this data entered in on the website. So to do that, we want to go to our website at fresheyesonice.org. Click Community Ice Observations. Scroll down here. Scroll down a little bit further, and you actually get to the entry form. The first thing we're going to do is come down here to at which site were these measurements taken. And so I'm going to be using data from Smith Lake here in Fairbanks. So I'll just select that from the drop-down menu. What day was this measurement taken? 10/18/2020. Who made this measurement? You guys can put your name or your class's name. Snow measurements. Here in Fairbanks, we just have just a trace amount of snow, a dusting really. So we're going to go 0 for all these. And because we don't have enough snow, we didn't record a snow density. And then we'll get to our ice measurements. So this is going to be centimeter thickness of ice that you measured as a positive number. So our first ice thickness measurement was 13 centimeters. Our second hole that we drilled was 15 centimeters. And the third one was also 13 centimeters. Where we recorded this, the depth was about 180 centimeters. And then we can add any notes. So please describe any observations or issues we had taking this measurement. When I was out there yesterday at Smith Lake, I saw lots of ice skaters. So now that I've entered all that in, I can go ahead and click submit, and it will take you to this page which shows that that has been recorded, and that should show up in our databases and then soon on the website. So if that's your only data, you're done. If you have another to enter, you can go ahead and click on the submit another response, and it'll take you right back to that blank form where you can start over. Thanks again for entering this data so that we can see data from around the state. So thanks again.